The context of IT projects. IT projects can be very diverse in terms of size, complexity, products produced, application area, and resource requirements. IT project team members often have diverse backgrounds and skill sets. IT projects use diverse technologies that change rapidly. Even within one technology area, people must be highly specialized. Recent trends affecting IT project management. Globalization. Outsourcing. Outsourcing is when an organization acquires goods and/or sources from an outside source. Offshoring is sometimes used to describe outsourcing from another country. Virtual teams. A virtual team is a group of individuals who work across time and space using communication technologies. Agile project management. Important issues and suggestions related to globalization. Issues. White bullet, communications. White bullet, trust. White bullet, common work practices. White bullet, tools. Suggestions. White bullet, employ greater project discipline. White bullet, think global but act local. White bullet, keep project momentum going. White bullet, use newer tools and technology. Outsourcing. Organizations remain competitive by using outsourcing to their advantage, such as finding ways to reduce costs. Their next challenge is to make strategic IT investments with outsourcing by improving their enterprise architecture to ensure that IT infrastructure and business processes are integrated and standardized. See suggested readings. Project managers should become more familiar with negotiating contracts and other outsourcing issues. Global issues. Outsourcing also has disadvantages. For example, Apple benefits from manufacturing products in China, but it had big problems there after its iPhone 4S launch in January 2012 caused fighting between migrant workers who were hired by scalpers to stand in line to buy the phones. When Apple said it would not open its store in Beijing, riots resulted and people attacked security guards. The Beijing Apple Store has had problems before. In May 2011, 4 people were injured when a crowd waiting to buy the iPad 2 turned ugly. Virtual teams' advantages. Increasing competitiveness and responsiveness by having a team of workers available 24/7. Lowering costs because many virtual workers do not require office space or support beyond their home offices. Providing more expertise and flexibility by having team members from across the globe working any time of day or night, increasing the work-life balance for team members by eliminating fixed office hours and the need to travel to work. Virtual team disadvantages. Isolating team members. Increasing the potential for communications problems. Reducing the ability for team members to network and transfer information informally. Increasing the dependence on technology to accomplish work. See text for a list of factors that help virtual teams succeed, including team processes, trust relationships, leadership style, and team member selection. Agile project management. Agile means being able to move quickly and easily, but some people feel that project management, as they have seen it used, does not allow people to work quickly or easily. Early software development projects often used a waterfall approach, as defined earlier in this chapter. As technology and businesses became more complex, the approach was often difficult to use because requirements were unknown or continuously changing. Agile today means using a method based on iterative and incremental development, in which requirements and solutions evolve through collaboration. See the Resources tab from www.pmtexts.com for more info. Agile makes sense for some projects, but not all. Many seasoned experts in project management warn people not to fall for the hype associated with Agile. For example, J. Leroy Ward, Executive Vice President at ESI International, said that Agile will be seen for what it is, and isn't. Project management organizations embracing Agile software and product development approaches will continue to grow while being faced with the challenge of demonstrating ROI through Agile adoption. Manifesto for Agile Software Development. In February 2001, a group of 17 people that called itself the Agile Alliance developed and agreed on the Manifesto for Agile Software Development, as follows. We are uncovering better ways of developing software by doing it and helping others do it. Through this work we have come to value individuals and interactions over processes and tools, working software over comprehensive documentation, customer collaboration over contract negotiation, responding to change over following a plan. Scrum. According to the Scrum Alliance, Scrum is the leading Agile development method for completing projects with a complex, innovative scope of work. The term was coined in 1986 in a Harvard Business Review study that compared high-performing, cross-functional teams to the Scrum formation used by rugby teams. The basic Scrum framework is summarized in the following list and illustrated in Figure 2.6. A product owner creates a prioritized wish list called a product backlog. Bullet. During sprint planning, the team pulls a small chunk from the top of that wish list, a sprint backlog, and decides how to implement those pieces. Bullet. The team has a certain amount of time, a sprint, to complete its work, usually 2 to 4 weeks, but meets each day to assess its progress. Daily Scrum. Bullet. Along the way, the Scrum Master keeps the team focused on its goal. At the end of the sprint, the work should be potentially shippable, as in ready to hand to a customer, put on a store shelf, or show to a stakeholder. The sprint ends with a sprint review and retrospective. Bullet. As the next sprint begins, the team chooses another chunk of the product backlog and begins working again. The cycle repeats until enough items in the product backlog have been completed, the budget is depleted, or a deadline arrives. Kanban. Technique that can be used in conjunction with Scrum. Developed in Japan by Toyota Motor Corporation. Uses visual cues to guide workflow. Kanban cards show new work, work in progress, and work completed. Agile, the PMBOK, registered mark, guide, and a new certification. The PMBOK, registered mark, guide describes best practices for what should be done to manage projects. Agile is a methodology that describes how to manage projects. The Project Management Institute, PMI, recognized the increased interest in Agile, and introduced a new certification in 2011 called Agile Certified Practitioners, ACP. Seasoned project managers understand that they have always had the option of customizing how they run projects, but that project management is not easy, even when using Agile. Chapter Summary. Project managers need to take a systems approach when working on projects. Organizations have 4 different frames: structural, human resources, political, and symbolic. The structure and culture of an organization have strong implications for project managers. Projects should successfully pass through each phase of the project lifecycle. Project managers need to consider several factors due to the unique context of information technology projects. Recent trends affecting IT project management include globalization, outsourcing, virtual teams, and Agile.